Let's try this one. I'm looking for Song of Songs, Song of Solomon. Let's go chapter 1, verse 1. Draw me, we will run after thee. The king hath brought me into his chambers. We will be glad and rejoice in he. We will remember thy love more than wine, the upright love thee. I am black but comely, O ye daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar, the curtains of Sodom, as the curtains of Solomon. Look not upon me because I am black, but because the sun hath looked upon me. My mother's children were angry with me, but they made me the keeper of the vineyards. That's to say, like we disappointed our, if we think about my mother's children, they are my sisters and my brothers, but also they are my other like my ancestors, and they're angry because we haven't always lived up to the upright and the righteousness of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. 7. Tell me, O thou whom my soul loveth, where thou feedest, where thou makest thy flock to rest at noon. For why should I be as one that turneth aside by the flocks of thy companions? If thou know not, O fairest among women, go thy way. Go thy way forth by the footsteps of the flock, and feed thy kids behind the shepherd's tents. I've compared thee, O my love. This is like, it's a love story between Israel and the Most High. It's an allegory for Israel as the Most High, or a metaphor said it's the love between a king and a shepherd. Isn't it a shepherd, a Shulamite woman, or a shepherdess? I have compared thee, O my love, to the company of horses and Pharaoh's chariots. Thy cheeks are comely with rows of jewels, thy neck with chains of gold. We will make thee borders of gold with studs of silver. While the king sitteth at his table, my spikenard sendeth forth the smell thereof. I think spikenard might have been some of these bracelets, like wooden beads scented in perfume. And when you get hot, the perfume comes. It's like a natural deodorant. The perfume comes off of the beads. A bundle of myrrh is my well beloved unto me. He shall lie all night betwixt my breasts. I mean, there's an erotic thing, but at the same time, like it's like in my heart. Like it's the if you have the Lord in your heart between your breasts, it's like that you comfort each other, man. You're kind of like a love. You have a really strong bond between you and the Lord, and it's like a bit like a relationship, and that's why a lot of the time when you see in the Bible when the Israelites have gone off like worshipping Baal or worshipping Baal or worshipping other gods, it's seen as fornication, it's seen as whoring, and that's why in Revelation the elect are seen as virgins. They haven't even touched any other women, man. They're just being pure, waiting for the marriage, That's what it means, like even the virgin of marriageable age. It's like they're young, not necessarily young, but they're kind of not being touched by too many different philosophies. Behold, thou art fair, my love. My beloved is unto me like a cluster of camphire in the vineyards of Engedi. Behold, thou art fair, my love. Behold, thou art fair. Thou hast daft eyes. Behold, thou art fair, my beloved. Pleasant is our bed. Pleasant also our bed is green. The beams of our house are cedar and our rafters of fir. That's just to say your house is strong. But not just your house, but that's your lineage, right? And the bed being green, meaning there's more fruit to come. I'm just going off the spirit here, man. I mean, if I got it incorrect, please correct me. Too. I'm the rose of Sharon and the lily of the valleys. As a lily among thorns, so is my love among the daughters. That's to say that, there's a lot of, but, and it says that in the Bible, like he compares other nations as to, spittle or a drop that falls from a bucket. So that's to say that Israel is something special to the Most High, and not just about being not just he's just their relationship with Israel is the same as he can have with any other nations. As the apple tree among the trees of the wood, so is my beloved among the sons. I sat down under his shadow with great delight, and his fruit was sweet to my taste. He brought me the banqueting house, and his banner over me was love. He brought me to the banqueting house, and the banner over me was love. And then just as a woman is protected and in a way spoiled by a man, like as a woman should be looked after, protected and spoiled by a man. So is just this poem, like Israel is comparing the love of the Most High to that kind of protective power and stay with me, flagons, comfort me with apples, for I'm sick of love. That's to say I'm sick with love. Or sick of love is another way of saying it. It's not to say you don't want love no more. His left hand is under my head, and his right hand doth embrace me. I charge you, O you daughters of Jerusalem, by the roes and by the roes and by the hinds of the fields, that ye stir not up, nor awake my love till he please. The voice of my beloved. Behold, he cometh leaping upon the mountain, skipping through the hills. He'll be coming around the mountain when he comes, isn't it? Behold is like a roe or a young dart. Behold, he standeth behind our wall. He looketh forth at the window, shewing himself through the lattice. Beloved spake and said unto me, rise up, my love, my fair one, and come away. Come out of them. Come out of her, my people. That's in Revelations. I think it's chapter 14 or 12. For lo, the winter is past, and the rain is over and gone. The flowers appear on the earth. This is the kingdom, and the time of the singing of the birds is come, and the voice of the turtle is heard in our land. The fig tree putteth forth her figs, and the vines with tender grape give good smell. Arise, my love, my fair one, and come away. O my dove, that art in the clefts of the rock, in the secret places of the stairs. Let me see thine countenance, let me hear thy voice, for sweet is thy voice, and thy countenance is comely. So it's kind of like this kind of, I don't know if you've seen this scene in Romeo and Juliet, where there's that they're peeping at each other from behind a veil, and they're kind of really intrigued with each other, and it's like that, like Israel's reaching out to the Most High, and the Most High is, waiting for the right moment to return onto Israel, and there's this kind of anticipation, and this is where we are right now. Take us the foxes, the little foxes that spoil the vines, for our vines have tender grapes. My beloved is mine, and I am his. He feedeth among the lilies. Until daybreak and the shadows flee away, turn, my beloved, and be thou like a roe or a young hart upon the mountains of Bethel. Let's carry on. I keep on losing it keeps on going back to here. I'm looking for one particular verse. By night, my bed, I sought him whom my soul loveth. I sought him, but I found him not. I will rise now and go about the city in the streets, and in the broad days I will seek him whom my soul loveth. I sought him, but I found him not. The watchmen that go about the city found me, to whom I said, saw ye him whom my soul loveth? It was but a little time that passed from them, but I found him whom my soul loveth. I held him, seeking ye shall find, and I held him and shall not let him go until the broad. And that's the people that overcome until I have brought him into my mother's house. That is the marriage, yeah? So in many customs, when you get married, what happens is the husband goes first to the house of the mother, you know what I mean? And then at some time you go to the house of the mother, and the mum's there, and they formally give you away, and then you take the wife to your home. So part of the marriage is going to the mother's house first. I had that in the wedding that I went to in Hungary. I've seen that. I think I've seen that in a wedding in Nigeria. Where else have I seen that? In a couple of different places, maybe in China as well. But you go to the house of the mother and then you take the woman from the house, you know, with the obviously with consent, and then you take her to your own house. And I brought him unto my mother's house and into the chamber of her that conceived me. I charge you, O you daughters of Jerusalem, by the roes and by the hinds of the fields, that ye stir not up, nor awake my love till he please. Wait until the coming of the Lord. You know. Who is that cometh out of the wilderness like pillars of smoke, perfumed with myrrh and frankincense, with all the powders of the merchant? Behold his bed, which is Solomon, and 80 valiant men are about it, the valiant of Israel. They hold swords, being expert in war. Every man had his sword upon his thigh, because he fear in the night. You know, these are the watchmen, the people that stood watch and stand guard, the people on the highways and byways, and people pushing out videos. King Solomon himself made a chariot of wood, a chariot of the wood of Lebanon. That's imported wood, right? So when they're talking about the wood of this place, or the cedars or the firs of this place, it's like they get the finest of each wood and they have to import it. He made the pillars thereof of silver, the bottom thereof of gold, and covering it of purple, and the midst thereof being paved with love for the daughters of Jerusalem. Go forth, O ye daughters of Zion, and behold King Solomon the crown, wherewith his mother crowned him in the day of his espousals, and in the day of the gladness of his heart. Carrying on. I'm going to go straight to 5 now. No, wait, hold on. I'll go to 4 and I'll shut off there. I'll go to 5. I'm coming to my garden, my sister, my spouse. I've gathered myrrh with my spice. I've eaten my honeycomb with honey. I've drunk my wine with milk. Eat, O friends, drink ye abundantly. I sleep, but my heart waketh. It is the voice of my beloved knocking, saying, open to me, my sister. So this is when he comes, my dove, my undefiled. For my head is filled with dew, my locks with the drops of the night. And the night, obviously, we know that Yahweh will come like a thief in the night. I've put off my coat, how shall I put it on? I've washed my feet, how shall I defile them? My beloved put his hand in by the hole of the door, and my bowels were moved for him. I rose up to my beloved, and my hands dropped with myrrh. My fingers were sweet smelling myrrh upon the handles of the locks. So this is what I was trying to get at, basically. This is the verse that I was trying to get to. Back in the day, when the man was getting married to a woman and the woman was getting, but they will both get prepared for the marriage. They will both make themselves fragrant, dress in the best clothes, get their hair done, maybe get some henna tattoos, you know, get their hair cut, beard shape and oiled, perfumed, everything. So this is what we have to be. There's one thing that we have to learn from the women in this respect is, like, you see how your woman might take a long time getting ready before she goes out. That's how we need to be, you know, going over every single detail of our lives, how we are, ways that we can improve, ways that we can become more truthful, more righteous, more clean, improving ourselves, doing the work, you know, having faith, exhorting and strengthening one another. We have to get ready for the marriage like a woman gets ready for a marriage, man. You see how women get ready for a marriage? That's how you gotta get ready for a marriage. Anyway, with that, I want to say shalom.